Welcome, Bellumnoxis Prime listeners! Tonight we march among the bones of gods. Subscribe, join the Legion, and step into the battlefield where armies clash inside the ruins of a fallen giant, and where stone itself remembers the fury of war. The world holds its breath before the ruins of the Colossus of Vendar. Once a statue towering above kingdoms, it now lies shattered across the plain, its broken body carved into a battlefield of stone and dust. The fallen giant's ribs of granite rise like jagged cliffs, hollowed by fire and siege. Its shattered crown forms a ring of battlements, where soldiers now gather, their banners draped across stone fragments the size of towers. The arm of the Colossus, once raised in triumph, lies buried in earth, its hand now a fortress, its fingers barricaded with shields and wood. The air is thick with dust, every breath tasting of crushed rock. Ash drifts down in sheets, as though the statue itself still bleeds from its wounds. The battlefield is no field at all. It is a tomb, carved inside the remains of a fallen god. Two armies descend into the ruins, their war cries swallowed by the echo of hollow stone. Every step resounds like thunder through the Colossus's hollow chest. Every clash of steel magnified until it feels as if the stone itself is fighting alongside them. Above, storm clouds gather. Lightning strikes the broken crown. Fire flickers inside its hollowed skull, and the shadow of the Colossus looms across the plain, a reminder that this is not just a battlefield. It is a monument to hubris, a throne of dust where empires come to die. Here, inside the corpse of stone, men will fight not only for victory, but for the secrets buried within the Colossus itself. The drums begin, echoing like thunder against the hollow bones of the fallen giant. Each strike reverberates through the stone ribs, shaking dust loose, until it feels as if the Colossus itself has a heartbeat once more. One king drives his army into the ruins, forming lines among the fragments of stone. Archers climb the ribcage, firing arrows from its jagged cliffs as though perched in towers. Shield walls lock inside the shattered chest cavity, their formation lit by torches burning in the dark hollow where a heart once rested. War machines are hauled across the Colossus's arm, their wheels creaking as they are dragged onto the fingers of stone, now reforged into battlements. The rival king answers with fury. His warriors surge like a flood, pouring through the gaps in the Colossus's broken spine. They weave through cracks in the stone, their silhouettes vanishing and reappearing as they emerge from hollow corridors carved through the body. In the skull itself, his standard bearers rise, planting their banners in the hollow sockets of the fallen giant's eyes. The ruins amplify the chaos. Arrows ricochet from stone. War cries echo and multiply, so men hear enemies where none stand. The ground trembles under the weight of so many feet, dust falling in clouds so thick that warriors vanish before their comrades' eyes. Every clash becomes a skirmish fought in the shadows of broken gods. Swords ring against stone, spears snap against ribs, shields splinter against jagged cliffs. Yet neither king halts the advance. For every soldier crushed beneath falling rock, 10 more surge forward, consumed by the promise of what lies hidden in the Colossus's core. Alliances fracture under the weight of desperation. Mercenaries abandon their kings, claiming hidden treasures in the hollows of the broken crown. Tribes who once fought side by side turn their weapons on each other in the dust, seeking glory and relics said to be buried beneath the giant's heart. And yet, still the kings press onward. The first carves a path up the Colossus's ribs, his warriors clawing upward into the storm. The second descends deeper, leading his men into the Colossus's hollow chest, torches burning against the suffocating dark. The Colossus groans as the battle swells. Stone shifts, dust rains. somewhere deep within, something stirs. The rising action is no longer just a clash of kings. It is the awakening of the battlefield itself. The storm breaks above the battlefield. Lightning splits the sky, striking the broken crown again and again, each strike showering sparks and stone fragments into the armies below. The Colossus shakes as though alive, its hollow chest echoing like thunder with every blow of steel. Inside the ruins, the two armies collide in full fury. Swords crash against shields within the ribcage, the sound magnified 100-fold by the stone walls. Axes shatter on granite bones, their splinters flying into the dust-thick air. Blood runs across stone slabs, pooling into the cracks of the Colossus's shattered spine. One king leads his warriors upward, fighting step by step along the ribs toward the broken crown. His shield is cracked, his helm dented, but still he drives his men forward. From above, arrows rain like fire, cutting through his ranks. Yet he climbs still, blade in hand, each strike echoing like the hammer of a blacksmith reforging war itself. The rival king plunges deeper, torchlight guiding his descent into the Colossus's chest. His men clash in the dark, steel flashing in narrow corridors carved through stone flesh. There, in the deepest hollow they find it, a chamber where the Colossus's heart once was, now filled with a massive war engine. Rusted but intact, built into the very bones of the statue. Its gears grind as though the storm itself fuels it. Ancient mechanisms long dormant, now rattling to life. The soldiers recoil in terror. The Colossus was not simply a statue. It was once a weapon of war. A siege engine built in the shape of a god. Its remains are waking. The hidden weapon groans as gears turn. Stone ribs split wider, crushing men beneath falling debris. Steam hisses through cracks, searing flesh, boiling warriors alive where they stand. The rival king shouts above the chaos, commanding his men to seize the chamber, to bind the weapon to his banner. Above, the first king reaches the broken crown. He stands amid shattered thrones of stone, lightning flashing around him, his cloak aflame with sparks. He raises his sword high, calling his men to storm the skull, to rip the banners of his enemy from the Colossus's eye sockets. The armies converge, one above, one below. The storm above roars. The war engine below awakens. The battlefield is no longer stone. It is alive, and it hungers. The storm screams above the battlefield. Lightning tears across the sky, striking the broken crown until it glows like molten fire. Below, the war engine hidden in the Colossus's chest roars awake, its gears grinding, its stone ribs splitting wider with each thunderous shudder. Both kings roar their final commands. One stands high in the shattered crown, sword raised, banners of his rival burning beneath him. His army clings to the stone ribs, defiant even as lightning strikes them from the heavens. The other stands deep in the hollow chest, torchlight flickering against his bloodied helm. His men push through collapsing corridors, struggling to bind the ancient engine of war before it consumes them all. But the Colossus does not serve kings. It remembers. The gears shriek, the ribs collapse, and the ground trembles as if the fallen giant rises once more. Warriors scream as stone crushes them, as fire bursts from the cracks, as the battlefield itself devours armies whole. The banners of both kings fall into the dust, torn and burning. At last, the chest caves in. The war engine detonates, a blast of fire and stone tearing through the ruins, sending shards of the Colossus into the storm above. The crown shatters, raining stone upon those who climbed its heights. The skull splits apart, the eye sockets collapsing into emptiness. When the dust clears, nothing remains but ruin. The two kings are gone, swallowed by the tomb they sought to command. Their armies lie buried beneath the Colossus's bones, their banners lost, their legacies forgotten. But the Colossus endures. Its shattered form still towers in silence, its ruins glowing faintly, as if the heart within still smolders. Travelers whisper that in storms, the giant groans, that in the night the echo of gears still turns, that no matter who comes to claim it, the Colossus will never serve men again. Its legacy is not victory. Its legacy is warning. Bellumnoxis Prime listeners, remember this. No monument stands forever. No weapon rests without hunger. Subscribe to the channel, join the Legion, and march with us into the next battle.